Anxiety is a marker for emergent entropy or disorder. So if you replace a unity of identity and purpose with a plethora of identities and purposes, especially an unlimited plethora, you replace a map with a destination and a pathway with a map that leads to absolutely every place that can be imagined all at once. And that's no map at all. You know, there's actually a literature on consumer choice that shows this quite clearly. So you might say, well, you want to go buy a shampoo. You might think, well, how many shampoos do you want to choose from? And you think, well, how about 1,000? I want to walk into a pharmacy and I want to see 1,000 shampoos on the shelf because then I can make the best choice. And so then you let people have access to the 1,000 shampoos that there are on a pharmacy shelf, and you test them to see if they're satisfied with their purchase. And the answer is they're not satisfied at all. And the reason for that is, what's the probability that you pick the best shampoo out of that 1,000? And the probability is 0, because like, what the hell do you know about shampoo? So for sure, you picked a suboptimal choice. Now, if there was only one shampoo, well, that might annoy you too. What you probably want is like 3. And that's, you see that with kids too. You know, if you open up a closet door and the kid's got 100 pieces of clothes to wear and you say, pick whatever you want, well, that'll just generally make them upset. And if you say, look, kid, you have to wear this, that doesn't make them very happy either. But if you lay like 3 pieces of clothes on the bed and you say, well, why don't you pick from here? Then they're happy. There is this notion on the radical activist side, it's kind of an anarchic notion, right? That any limitation on choice is a transgression against creative freedom. But that's not bounded by the realization that infinite choice is equivalent to endless anxiety and the abyss. And this catastrophic increase in anxiety that we see, this decrease in mental health, is in large part a consequence of, it's not freedom, it's chaos. It's anarchic chaos. That's not freedom. That's anarchic chaos. And all it does is produce misery.
Well, you just said about consumer choice. I was recently trying to convey this about the dating world. I actually think, because I hear from young people all the time, men and women, who are just like hopeless in the dating world, and they're almost in despair over ever finding someone, finding a quality match. And I think that there's a little bit of this the 1,000 shampoo symptom here, where there's a million different dating apps, and you can just cycle through people, swipe through. You don't have to limit yourself to whoever's in your community or at work or somebody you meet at the grocery store. And it's actually so many. So the people in the dating world, they feel like there's not enough options. It's actually, there's so many that they don't know, they can't narrow it down. And whoever they settle on, they're always going to be thinking about, well, it could have been that other guy instead. So I think we see this manifesting itself in many ways.